Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Alright, super excited for this. This happened on Friday and everybody was totally freaking out about it, sending me a ton of messages. And I actually saw a little snippet on Instagram because our nice friend Sam De Leon was playing bass. And I was like, wow, cool, nice, okay, so I'm here. I'm excited.
Nice. Let's give it a watch. Also, we're performing at the 1MX. So go get your tickets. That's the Filipino Music Festival.
Yes.
It's awesome to react to these guys. And now also, we're able to open for them in a show.
Cool, amazing.
Sick.
Okay,
let's give it a watch. And it's live. This is live. That was the connection. Go on.
Okay, I see. Ooh, I like the studio.
So quiet. Oh.
Nice sweater. It's like a jacket.
This is what I'm interested on a lot. A much more favorable environment.
Ah, definitely. Oh!
One of his
Nice
best songs.
merch. I love this song. I'm obsessed with this song. Do you see what I mean?
He's such a vibe. What the fuck?
Oh boy! Go Sam. Yes sir.
Alright, are you noticing the value of having live musicians and the drummer, especially the drummer, and the bass player, and the guitarist, and the keys?
And having him sit down in a favorable environment?
Yeah, it gives everything so much more of, like, it has seasoning.
Like so much more magic.
Yeah, and also it has oomph, which is really hard to do in like a song when you're performing it with like a track. That's why I was very impressed in the previous sort of performances of all the lads, like for all the SB19 lads, and Felip, obviously lately, we like a lot of his solo work. But in those type of environments like the Wish Bus, it's really hard for what they've achieved. That's why this puts it into perspective. And I think a lot of people just go, oh, that was a really nice performance and stuff. It's like, no, bro, that shouldn't have gone that well. You know. And now if you look at it in this sort of perspective, especially with those type of songs with that type of low range and the uniqueness that it has, having this backbone and having this foundation, musically speaking, really does add a lot to the production and the songs itself.
It's definitely interesting though, because working, I know I highlight it every single time, but it's worth highlighting because the working on the lower range of your vocal flexibility, it's an entirely different set of challenges.
Yeah.
And even if you're in a really settled environment where you're sitting down and you're not pushing through breath or pressure, trying to relax into those notes is one of the toughest techniques to master. And I think obviously he obviously got it down, but it's always to me very impressive, that side of his vocal range, because he's a very gifted vocalist and actually with a really flexible range too. So having him explore the side that not a lot of people dare to, it's quite interesting to see.
Commercially speaking, he is actually the deepest voice in the market in the Philippines. Like,
Yes,
genuinely he is. Who the fuck else?
I don't think there's anybody
No one does
else.
anything commercially like this.
Especially not venturing and making it a staple sound, which is
Totally.
something so risky. Think about it from a...
When you think Felip, you think deep. That's what you think.
Dude.
Hello, Felip. I think that voice, you just think of that. Like, say you're doing something, Felip.
Oh my god.
You think
Where's
it's
that
like-
go? God?
Yeah, literally. So it's insane that he's sort of really leaned into that. So,
Yes,
anyway.
it's awesome. It's awesome. And obviously this is such a favorable environment
Yeah,
for his
for sure.
voice. Also, it makes it so sexy. I love a live band. Go Sam. Yes, sir.
You have to memorize that.
I love that there's no backing vocal track or anything. It's just him. Oh, I'm sorry, but those drums are equalized brilliantly. They sound so good. Continue.
See what I mean? So,
oh, there's a vocal track.
yeah, because there is that part in the song that na 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 da, 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 da.
And he's like ad-libbing to that.
No, he's in the front of that, but those ad libs is basically like the most recognizable bit of the song.
Yeah, true.
I think I don't know what he says, but of course I don't speak his dialect. But
it's cool.
Da, 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 da.
It's the best part of the freaking song.
And that video is actually a joke.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's probably still one of my favorite videos. But even though Bulan is a joke.
But I think it just set the bar really high to
Yeah.
like what it could be after. And then Bulan just knocked it out.
Must be kind of rough when you do two good videos like that. What the fuck do you do next?
I think he's a very creative guy though, and he has
Yeah.
the means to make anything happen, which
hope,
is pretty
yeah, man.
cool.
They're growing and becoming so famous, so
Oh, it's just fantastic.
good quality
Obviously,
musicians as well.
yeah, definitely. I also think there's like a really cool thing about this specific environment, that even though there's a vocal track and they're using a track, they're so subtle about it. Like, it's just for environmental, atmospheric, kind of like feeling out the gaps, rather than being, here's the assistance,
Yeah,
you know,
sort of
which is so cool.
That's how it should be done. I mean, essentially,
agree,
there's a lot of
I
sounds
agree.
that are impossible to produce
Outside of the studio.
Yeah, of course. So you wanna try and create the song that people remember from the track, the studio version of the song. You wanna replicate that with a live band, and yeah,
But
you
add
can
extra
use.
pizzazz,
Yeah, exactly.
which is what they've done here.
Yeah, you can use technology to your advantage. But my pet peeve is when they use technology as their only sort of
Resource.
resource.
Like,
It's
there's
like, the
nothing
fuck?
else.
Yeah, there is resources. Look at all these great world-class musicians.
Musicians, yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta use them. Anyway.
Shout out to everybody in this room, like even the technical team on the behind the deck, because they're doing God's work.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Ooh, the guitar. That's why I love R&B live. It provides so much. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Oh my god. Yes, sir. Take my cash.
Good arrangement.
It's cool. The guitar is so good. Ooh, that's good. You see what I mean with the range, the vocal range?
Damn, what the fuck?
Dude, that is impressive as hell. Let's have a moment for the fact that he switched from the falsetto range back into this like super relaxed low range stuff without a shadow of a doubt, without a freaking crook in the voice. It was
Yeah,
nice.
also I think also when you're surrounded yourself by that and your own arrangements and stuff like that, it also does boost your confidence. You know
yeah.
what's next. You're more familiar with things. You
Definitely.
also know the musicians have your back. This is the one I'm the most interested on.
This is sick graphics. Like,
But-
just
'cause
have a moment.
Palayo,
for
I
that.
did see it translating live quite
Oh,
well.
so nice.
Bulan, I have no idea how you're gonna make this song work with a live band. So let's give it a watch. I'm really interested.
This is gonna be good. I just know. Go, sir. Yes. Knock it out of the park. He's standing up.
Oh, look at his
Oh my
shoes.
god. Oh, we're going rock.
Look at his shoes. They're sick.
Yeah, I know. They go with the straps or stuff.
rock, heavy rock.
Yeah. Well, it did have elements of that, so. I like this arrangement. This is cool. That's nasty, okay? Oh my god.
Nice. Very nice.
The guitar, man, it's doing bits. Woo! Bro! The concert, when is this happening live? Okay, I need to see that. I need to experience that with my whole heart.
That's definitely the hardest fucking, and you can tell as well. I mean, a lot of so in case you're wondering, I would presume this is what's happening here. So if you look at the drummer, put it up.
Yeah, sure.
You see the fact they're all wearing in-ears.
Oh, yeah.
Probably most likely for the drummer. He has a metronome in there. Also,
He's keeping track of his own track. That didn't make much sense, but yeah.
yeah. Also, he's got the metronome playing from there.
Live.
I think also he has got a recording of things going on. So like they go chorus.
Most definitely
They go
most
chorus.
definitely cues.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1, bam, bam, bam. Arrangement, intro, outro. Sometimes, a lot of the times nowadays, drummers like to have that. I don't know if I saw correctly, but I think he does have an electronic pad, in the place of his first tom. I'm not too sure, or it could just be that he's only using one tom. I think maybe it's just the oh my god, what the fuck's the word for that in English?
What is it?
El cuero,
The skin of the drums.
Yeah, it's just maybe black.
Yeah, I think so.
But the magic in that arrangement is there's so many things you can notice as well. And the pianist no, that's the perfect one. Go left. Lots of notes.
Yep.
Following the lyrics. Lots of probably arrangements written.
He had the score.
The score, I would imagine, yeah. So probably, score, notes, whatever. Mm-hmm. I thought actually, I doubt that the drummer was looking at notes, but I think he was genuinely making sure that everything was on track and on tempo. But that's the song which involves the most brain power. This is why I would understand for this song, if you see it live, maybe just the DJ and him, because it does require musicians that are quite a high level, probably the highest level, to be able to do this. That bass line and that mix with the drums, oh my god, tung tung tung! It's so genius. I hadn't thought of that. You could really turn this heavy metal, and I think a lot of these guys like heavy metal.
Mm-hmm. I also think he probably went with that choice, Felip. I think that's probably what he envisioned the song to sound like.
Maybe
because he had a lot of those elements in the actual track studio version. He had a lot of shredding in the guitar. He had a lot of there
were aspects, right?
There were aspects of it in the aesthetic of the song.
I do wonder what type of music he likes.
I think it might be a mix, though, given the fact that he did Palayo and this.
Well, it's like
Most
if you have a
definitely.
chat with Izzy Mill, you would have never thought he was actually first a screamo rock fan rather than rap.
Correct.
And then he sort of,
Honed in that later.
I guess you would know because his father, right? Because his family, they all play in bands.
Yeah. They were all rock legends.
Exactly. So you would, yeah. But with Felip, I would presume. I think it was probably a collaborative effort that with all the musicians.
Maybe.
Because I think Sam is big on rock.
Yeah.
The bassist. I think the guitarist definitely seems to have a edge of rock.
Can we just talk about the musicians though? What the hell? They were incredible.
That's really good.
Nice.
I really like that. It's really, really impressive.
This is nice.
Let
stuff.
us know what you guys thoughts about it. And as I said, I think he's probably one of the artists I've said before that I would pay so much money to see live.
100%.
It's so intriguing to see what he's doing, and I think commercially speaking, he's probably the most unique voice at the moment in the Philippines, especially on the male side. So props to Felip and all his musicians.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, you see, look,
look at the credits.
I
okay?
apologize. We didn't show the credits, but this is what I mean. But this is why we're showing so much love to Sam. Actually, as a matter of fact, a lot of the covers that Waleska has done lately have been actually mixed, mastered, and a lot of the genius behind it is actually Sam. Apart from obviously McCoy and Adonis being involved in that type of stuff, so Sam is smart as hell.
The musical director of this thing.
Exactly. So I think it was probably him with the arrangements in the rock.
Chris Malana. What a guitarist.
Ken Umahon.
Yes.
Nice. Ken and Ken coming together. And then
Ryan Hirado on the keys.
it was Joshua, and then executive producers Felip was part of everything.
Oh, freaking dope.
Fantastic,
bro.
man. Fantastic. Anyways, I didn't want to go away without showing that
No,
because
that's true. It's
so many people involved in this.
100%. And shout out to everybody involved in this. This was amazing.
Right,
okay, bye bye now.